Hey everyone, so I'm gonna do just a quick video for the Lionsgate portal and for the new moon in Leo because the energy has been pretty intense. The veil is pretty thin. I would say just in my sort of connection, synchronicities, just in kind of everything has been so just like automatic. Like it's just like, oh, there's another synchronicity, oh, there's another message, oh, there's this, there's that. So I do feel like there is a lot of movement happening. It can feel a little chaotic, especially with like that Leo energy because it's so powerful and it's so strong. So I thought I would just kind of offer up a couple of messages. I just felt kind of called to do just a quick little tarot reading for this. If you guys are looking for more sort of guidance or whatever it may be, make sure to check out the Path to Rediscovery membership because I actually do this every week. It's a more in-depth sort of tarot reading and guidance, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there. Monthly meditations, monthly coaching, group coaching calls. We have guests of the month. We just have like really fun stuff going on. So make sure to check it out. But I did kind of set the intention to give you guys, whoever finds this video or watches this video, to give you whatever loving guidance that you need at this time. So the first card I asked just for like the overall energy. So we have the number 5. I love this deck. It's actually the Light Oracle deck. This is Queen of the, I think it's not Najas. I never know how to explain it. But I'm actually being drawn to a couple of different things on here. The first being, it almost looks like, I'm getting two sort of duality meanings with this. It almost looks like a little horseshoe kind of around here. But also I feel like there are two sides of the coin, which makes me think of duality. So like the masculine, feminine, the positive, negative, the light, the dark, like however we want to label it. But really heart-centered in this. I do feel like there are two separate sides. So I do feel like, and this has been kind of a collective message as well, even for some of the members in the group, is this kind of merging of both parts of us, the feminine and masculine. You know, we both have both within us. So the feminine being that emotional kind of flowing, kind of opening up that space, a lot of heart energy. And the masculine is more in that like action step, like physically taking action steps, physically getting things done. So the one thing that they are showing me is, you know, we had Cancer season that wrapped up and we stepped into Leo. So we went from water to fire. And what I feel is happening with this portal, which is just all in abundance. And, you know, it's the 8-8 portal. 8 is abundance. And it's like, could not get better than this. So it's a great time to journal, set your intentions for what you want to bring in, what you want to create, because it's going to come in like times 10. I do feel there are massive, it doesn't even feel like things that we're just asking for today in the portal. I feel like these are things that have been stemming from like months ago that I feel like are now going to be coming to fruition through the portal. But with that being said, I feel like there's this merging of two parts of us, even if we think of like the feminine part, the water part, and the fire part, a little bit more of that masculine energy. So I feel in order for this sort of, it's not even in order for, I was corrected. It was like, this is what's opening, is the merging of these two. And when I feel like because of this merging, we're able to then bring in what we're what we want to create. So if it's the new job or, you know, stronger relationships and intimate relationship, if it's just like more self-love, like whatever it is, it's like this sort of energy needs to come in. The number 5 is change, so expect massive change with this. I mean, I feel like that's like an understatement. I feel like I don't even need to mention that, but I thought I would. So I'll read just a part of this because I always love the beginning kind of insert of this. So it's, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of a particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. And it brings me back to like what I was just saying at the beginning of this, the amount of synchronicities that I have seen just in the past like 2 weeks have actually like blown my mind, because and the one thing that they're showing me is like, and it's been repetitive, so it's like it's not even just like one synchronicity, it's like that times 10. So it's like I'll see the same thing 10 times and I'm like, yeah, I hear you guys, like I hear it's coming in. But also, like, especially coming from Cancer season where I feel like we purged a lot and a lot of emotional like turmoil came up, it's like spirit and the universe kind of like reiterating you know, what is coming in is really helpful even to me, because I feel like it's helping me feel more at ease, and I can feel the energy changing and shifting, and it's like I know that whatever is coming in and is meant for me is coming in, and like there's no way it could miss me. So let me see here. I'm gonna pull a Kuan Yin Oracle. I have like all my decks out and I'm just kind of like asking them to lead me to whatever you guys need. So it was just 5:55 on the timestamp. Oh, all right. Let's see. What do we need to hear for this Lionsgate? All right, we have the number 9. We have 8 Immortals. I love the Kuan Yin deck. So Kuan Yin is an ascended master. She's a beautiful feminine energy, divine feminine. Again, like I was kind of bringing up earlier, I'm seeing my carnelian. If anyone loves crystals, I love my carnelian. I got it in Sedona, and I wish I would have bought like a whole hunk of it. I just have like this beautiful little heart. It's just a really beautiful stone to work with. But that is for the divine feminine. It's for like our reproductive system. It's for sexuality. It's for you know, passion, that sacral chakra, the root chakra, the solar plexus. It's those lower kind of grounding energies. So getting a lot of like earth energy with that. So for some, I feel like also get out into nature. But also on this card, of course, it's all reds and yellows and oranges. So I do feel like there is something rooting in here with the 8 Immortals. Let me just, so it is the number 9, which is the closing up of a cycle. And this one is about, I'm getting 2 messages with this. The first one is like a merging of all different parts of us, similar to like what I was saying before, but it's like all these different kind of facets of who we are, but also the divine guidance. Like these are all of our guides. Like I know in particular for me, I even felt this, which is, you know, it happens to all of us. It's like I even had felt alone in the past, especially like even just in Cancer season. Like I was like working through some really, you know, difficult emotions, but knowing it was for my greater good, but also like it was difficult to kind of be in that. So I feel like this is just reiterating sort of the divine guidance that is available at our fingertips. I am getting like the earth energy in this. So for this Lionsgate, like I would ground, I would do something to kind of get out. You can do things with like the fire energy. Like if you want to really release something, you could even just kind of like write a letter and just sort of release whatever that is. If it's like you want to release your disappointment or your anger or whatever it is, it's like write a letter to yourself of why, you know, it's no longer serving you, and you can burn the letter with the fire. It's like a great way to kind of transmute energy. But with the yeah, it's interesting because it's literally saying it's like following the messages that are coming in. So again, back to kind of what I was saying about, you know, the synchronicities, like pay attention. Like if you see 888 or 1111 or 333 or 444, whatever it is, if you see a butterfly or, you know, a song comes on the radio and you're like, oh, this reminds me of my dad or whatever it is, it's like it's spirit talking to you and communicating. So I feel like it's very heightened at this time. So pay attention to that. Let me pull a, let me see here. I'm gonna pull some tarot on here. Let me see what we're kind of stepping into here. We have Strength and we have Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, of course this is, I think this is the Leo tarot card as well. So, of course with the Lion energy and the infinity symbol. So, you know, strength is all about, like, I'm getting almost like magician vibes for this too. It's like standing in your, standing in what you believe and what you feel is true for you. And I feel like that can, especially coming from like trauma in your past or, you know, disagreements in the past, we all have both of them, you know, is, sometimes it's difficult to really stand in who you are. And I feel like because of Cancer season moving into this portal and this new moon and everything, like we really had to discern, and we were really kind of dredging up, like old stuff was really coming up. And I feel like through that, we actually found like a deeper sense of strength. And it's more like authentic strength of like who we actually are and like the life we actually want to live. So having the Strength card with this Queen of Pentacles is like you're grounding that in now with this portal. Like you're grounding in what you want and who you are deciding to be and who you want to be. It feels very feminine to me, which is funny. It's like, because if you're grounding something in, it's like, I guess, yeah, Mother Earth, it's like, that makes sense. I'm getting a lot of root chakra for this one. So if anyone has felt like not stable or not a strong foundation in who they are or where they are, or however we want to kind of look at that, I feel like the stability is being offered, especially with that kind of 8 immortals. I feel like, oh, I didn't even think 8. It's the 8-8 portal. Hello. Lots of abundance coming in. That's why I feel like Spirit is giving us so many synchronicities and so many signs. So make sure to bring your attention and your awareness around the signs that you keep seeing. And if you have a question, be like, well, why do I keep seeing 3 through 3? And just ask it out loud. The answer will come at some point throughout the day in the most unexpected way. So, and for those of you who wants to know what 3 through 3 is, I always think of balance and the Ascended Masters actually. So I feel really protected and like I'm balancing out mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit when I see 3 through 3, and I feel like it's a affirmation of like I'm on the right path and I'm where I'm supposed to be, and it's like Spirit communicating that to me. So 3 through 3 I take as balance, and more messages kind of coming in with that. So let's just see kind of what we are stepping into with this. Yeah, this is. Get one more on here. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords in reverse with the 9 of Cups. So I feel like in the past, the Queen of Swords to me sometimes can be very like cutting and very like sharp edged, and sometimes we need to have that energy. It's not that's not a bad thing to have. Sometimes you just have to get stuff done. But I feel like when I keep coming back to the feminine energy of the emotions, which is odd to bring up in the fire and the Leo season and whatever, but for some reason I'm going to share this because there's water in the cards. Almost all of the cards that I just pulled are all water. So with the Queen of Swords, it's almost like we're in the past where we felt like we had to sort of delegate or really like stand on guard or like be sort of in this like power like stance of like not even defensiveness. It's like calling the shots type of a thing, or it's like she's almost grumpy. Like it's like she's like, and now I have to do this, and now I have to do that, and like it's this exhaustion kind of energy of like having to always be in charge and having to always kind of be on guard and really like struggle for what you want. Followed up with this 9 of Cups feels much more joyful to me in a sense of I feel like at some point in the near future, you're going to be sitting there looking around at all you have. I just heard that this might be part of that awareness piece. Maybe this is something to think about today and this week is like, what if we focused in on all the things we do have? Like 9 of Cups to me is always like personal, like wealth, like emotionally, physically, financially, family, like things like that. It's like all these different beautiful things. I do get more financial gain from this and physical gain versus like family and things like that. This feels more like career, money, house, like things like that. but it's almost like, which makes sense because I was just talking about the root chakra. So I feel like we've been in this space of having to really fight for what we want. And I feel like what's coming in is this sort of like breath of air where we're like, we're there. Like the work that we did has been worth it. We're getting to where we want to be. We're creating what you want. But I'm really drawn to how he's sitting in the front of it. So I feel like this is not quite in view yet. Meaning it's like right behind him. So it's like either we're not seeing it yet, or we're choosing not to, or we just can't physically yet. Like I know a lot of clarity. I'm still waiting for a lot of clarity to come in with what's happening. So I feel like, hang on. It's interesting too, I'm almost getting like two meanings for this. It's like, because it's sitting behind him, part of me is thinking in the past. So it's like maybe things in the past didn't fulfill you in ways that you thought, and you were like, well, that didn't work out, or well, that didn't kind of work out the way that I thought, and however that kind of looks. But there's a reason for this. There's a reason that it's kind of behind him and that he's kind of sitting there in his power. Like, I feel like this kind of helped you sort of discover what you want. Excuse me. Communicate what you want. Because what we have after that is the Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords with the Six of Cups. So I feel like there's this sort of, oh, I understand. We have 9 of Cups and there's 10 of Cups, which is like the ultimate wishes fulfilled. It's some of my favorite energy. And notice how there's that one remaining cup that's coming in. That's what's coming in with this abundant sort of portal with this Lion's Gate. With the Six of Cups, I always get a lot of nostalgic, sort of like childlike fulfillment. So this feels more like new growth, but also like very homey, very wholesome, like friendship, like just really deep, loving partnerships. Just like really, it's like some emotional opportunity is kind of coming in to help you see all of the cups that you have. It's like the last missing piece that you have been trying to manifest or wish for or create is like, that is what is coming in. And with that, I feel like it feels very nostalgic. It feels very much like you're at home. And then it brings me back to, in the beginning of this, even with the 8, with the root chakra, I feel like you're going to feel rooted and grounded in who you are and where you are. It's not even just like, because, we say this all the time, is like, we can't feel stable in our home unless we feel stable in our bodies and in our minds and in our spirit. And with that being said, like, I feel like this is what is grounding in, is like the internal sort of wishes fulfilled, which creates the external wishes fulfilled. So I feel like that missing piece of the puzzle that you have been trying to manifest and create is coming in. With the Page of Swords, it's interesting because this is upright. I'm almost getting like this, what's that word? It's like he's kind of like leaning back, like he's kind of like, well, I don't think I need this anymore. Like, I think we'll just kind of go with the flow. Like, let's try something a little bit different. I'm even getting like an Ace of Swords energy. So this could be like that new beginning of like not having to be on guard, not having to like be sort of not even protective. It's like, what's that word? Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time understanding that word. It's not cutting, it's like short, like nip it in the bud. Like, it's like, this feels much more emotionally free to me. And maybe it could be like a deeper emotional understanding of who you are and what you want. Either way, it's like, it feels much more gentle to me. But I love that sort of nostalgic energy that's coming in. So let's do, you know what, let me just get one more. Sorry guys. Let me just get one more. What else can we expect from this? Yeah. I mean, we have the High Priestess and we have the Emperor. So you guys, there is like this opportunity coming in with, I'm getting a lot of relationship and emotional fulfillment with this. The High Priestess is all about like intuitive understanding, being able to see through things. I'm even getting balancing out the dark and the light. It's the number 2. So I'm getting like kind of almost like 2 of Cups, but as a partnership with who you are, like a deeper partnership in yourself. The High Priestess is very just like in tune, in her element, in alignment, just like intuitive, knows what she wants, higher wisdom, esoteric, like it's just this really deep understanding of why things happen in life, you know, versus like, why did this happen to me? It's like, how did this happen for me? What can I learn? And with the Emperor, that is like that stability, that is the divine masculine. So I do feel like this High Priestess is grounding in. We're merging the two together, just like I was saying at the beginning. It's like we're merging in sort of that that wisdom that came in, the esotericness that came in, the higher sight. But with the Emperor, you know, grounding that in, but also like a stronger sense of our masculinity, our divine masculine. It's like a more balanced experience. I am also though getting like relationships. If you are trying to cultivate a relationship, I feel like you know, in order for us to receive a healthy, and I never thought about it this way before, but like a healthy, balanced, masculine relationship, like we have to be in our healthy, balanced, divine masculine within ourselves, both, right? Our feminine and masculine. So it's like getting rid of like that, I don't even want to say toxic masculinity, but that hollowness of like, you know, having to do all the time and be the best and you know, that kind of like similar to like the what I'm getting from this, like being on guard and having to like always do something and you know, cut something off and like be done with it and whatever. It's like when you're in the masculine, I feel like it comes from a more like wholesome place of being able to hold the space of you know, being in touch with your emotions, but being able to step forward with the action of things in a more wholesome way. So it feels very, it feels much more like balance is coming in. I feel very heavily in relationships with this, to be honest, you guys. So whoever is watching this, if that is what you're looking for, there's a new type of balance coming in with that. Let me just get one more here. I cannot. This is the 3rd reading today that I have pulled the same cards. And I have shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. So apparently the message needs to come out. So we have the answers you have been, the answers you need are coming. It's the full moon in Gemini. And with the blue with communication, but the full moon with releasing. But I love this kind of duality aspect of this one person. It's like the parts of you that are awakening, the parts of you that are like wanting to be seen are now being seen. And what I've noticed within myself is this like kind of back and forth of like, yes, no. It's like 1 minute I'm like, no, I don't think I want to do that. And then I'm like, yeah, I think I should do that. And then the next one I'm like, no, I don't think I should do that. And I'm like, yeah, I think I should. So I feel like the clarity that you're seeking for the decisions that you're making, or the clarity that you're seeking to understand the pathways, is coming in. Just be patient. We have the hold your vision with the fixed moon. I pulled this for myself the past like 3 days. It's kind of that Emperor energy of like, you can ask for what you want. Like, you can create what you want. Going into the High Priestess, like, you have everything you need to create what you want. Lean into that. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Don't be afraid to stand in the power of like, this is who I am. This is what I want. Either it aligns or it doesn't. It's okay if it doesn't. Let's like, you know, we'll figure out how to kind of move, you know, whatever. But it's like honoring that space within you is what I feel creates this like really beautiful balance of your masculine and feminine energy. You're honoring your emotions and you're standing your ground. It's like this beautiful blend. And I feel like with that, we have this like clear pathway that's opening up, and what we want that we have been creating can come in and be like effortlessly flow. It's like we won't have to fight for it. You know, we're not going to have to be that queen of Queen of Swords. It's like we can just flow with what's kind of coming in. But I do feel like there is, you know, this answers you need is very much this energy. Like the answers that we need is coming in, and that's where I feel like the Knight of Cups comes in. So whatever this wish fulfilled is, it's coming in. Keep leaning into who you are and who you are choosing to be, who you want to be, but also like what you are creating for your life, because it is creating. I think sometimes when we get caught up in like, you know, say old patterns come up and we're just like, oh God, I thought I was done with that. It's like, sometimes people think that it's a setback, and it's like there's no such thing as a setback. It's like another layer of looking at it, and it's coming up for a reason, because maybe that energy is you know, that last piece that is needed for that Knight of Cups to come in. Like the reason that those old patterns are coming up is like from that space and that transformation of that, we can then bring this in. So there's no such thing as something going wrong. There's no such thing as like timing of things didn't happen or whatever it is. It's like everything comes in the most perfect divine timing. Let what is coming up to come up, and do not be afraid to ask for what you want, because the universe will give it to you. I have plenty of proof of it, and it's quite lovely. So keep leaning into that, you guys. We definitely have like that change coming in. I do feel like I just heard like luck is on your side. You know, we even have the Devil on the bottom of here, which is all about like releasing the shackles and letting go of that which is holding us back. It's like literally setting us free. So I feel like as far as the change, it's like keep letting go of what you are releasing, because it is not needed for this chapter that we are stepping into. And in order to accept the abundance that is coming in, we don't need that anymore. It served its purpose, and we can love it from afar, and we can accept it, but that we don't need to use it anymore. All right, so I hope you guys have a great Lionsgate. I hope this resonated. I'm sending you guys love, and I will see you soon.